This is What If Naruto Was Enslaved, Part 3. Sorry if this is a little late, because of the fact that I overslept and basically just ran out of a little bit of time. Had to postpone it. It's about 6 to 7 hours later than a day. So by the time I'm done editing this, it'll be like I skipped an entire day. I apologize for that. But without further ado, let's get into this part. Alright. So last time we left off with Naruto actually agreeing to stay with Amelia. Now they're going to stay and watch the Chunin exams. But they are greeted by a visitor. There's a knock at the door, and Naruto more or less just walks up casually and opens the door. He's ready to offer some sort of greetings, but then he just stops and scowls at the person at the door. You. Is that really how you should talk to your master's father? This is Amelia's father. What do you want? I would like to talk to my daughter, of course. Naruto lets him in and leads him towards Amelia at the table. Oh, father, why are you here? We have important business to discuss. Important business? It's a huge coincidence that you guys came here on your own. It means I didn't have to drag you along with me. Well, let me get straight to the point. I want you to marry someone out here. It's an arranged marriage. His name is Neji Hyuga. He's of good blood. I refuse, Amelia says. And why would you do that? Are you disobeying your father's orders? Are you disobeying the will of your family? Why would I want to get married? Especially to someone I don't even know and love. Love is just a notion. You really think your mother loved me? I'm not my mom. Well, maybe you should act like her. Just from that one word, Naruto automatically disappears from everyone's vision, and then he reappears with his hand straight towards the father's throat. One more word out of your mouth, and I will slit your throat faster than you could even blink. Her father quickly shuts up. Naruto, what are you doing? Amelia says. I'm not going to let him ridicule the woman I love, as he stares back, before he even realizes what he says. Amelia kind of blushes, but then Naruto takes his hand down. Boy, you better watch yourself. You do realize that I can hire a mercenary to kill you at any point in time. Please try and do so. You send them, I'll kill them. I'll do anything to protect Amelia. And if it's against her wishes, then I won't allow her to get married. Even though I may love her. If she wanted to get married, I would have allowed it, and I would have still worked for her, no matter what. Now, the father just doesn't know what to respond to this in. He can't force his daughter, not with Naruto there. And now he's just forced to leave. Boy, you're going to regret crossing paths with me. I'm sure I will, but that time's not yet. Are you sure you want to do this? He stares back at him one more time. I'm positive. I won't betray Amelia. Now, basically how this is going to go down is for the final bit. Sorry, I had a quick interruption. Alright, so now, basically, Naruto and Amelia, after this, it's going to cause a little bit of a tension, but it's a weird tension, more or less a romantic tension, and they're going to have to talk about their feelings, but they put it off right now. They more or less ignore it, and they begin to go for the entire course of the month, they go through everything. Now, all of the first stages go about the exact same. Sai's going to take the place of Naruto in this case, of course, and Orochimaru is still going to place the curse mark upon Sasuke and all that. It's going to end up about the same. How it's going to differ, however, though, is the fact that when, more or less, when it comes down to the battle between Neji and Sai, Neji is going to body Sai. No matter what, he's going to completely body Sai. And another difference, another key difference would be, of course, that, pardon me, it would be, of course, that how it's going to handle between the battle between Gaara and Naruto. See, Sasuke is still strong. He's not as strong, though. He doesn't have as intense of a reason to train. He's not competing against Naruto. And Sai isn't the same as Naruto. He isn't seen as a rival. He isn't seen as an ally. He's just seen as a person on the team. At least in Sasuke's point of view. Now, the battle for that is going to go about the same. Sasuke, however, is going to follow him just like as per usual, but he's going to begin getting bodied. And this is when Naruto was asked to intervene. I'm going to go and help him, he says to Amelia. But why? Why are you going to help him? It's my duty to keep you safe. And that is a big threat. But I don't want you to go. Before she could even say another word, he chops her on the back of the neck, causing her to actually be knocked out. Sorry, I didn't want to have to do that. And without another moment's notice, he just disappears. And he begins running towards the fight. As he gets there, he sees Sasuke beginning to get bodied. Ultimately. And he has to intervene. Shukaku is starting to form completely. Once Naruto intervenes, he knows it's going to come out entirely. See, he knows about the Tailed Beast because of the fact that he's learned more or less about him due to all of his time with Amelia. And he's heard rumors when he was a slave. Now, he's going to more or less block an attack to save Sasuke's life. He's going to counter it. He kicks Shukaku back. Then, not Shukaku, just a small mini Shukaku. And this causes him to completely lose control and bring out the full Shukaku. Oh boy, this is going to be a problem. Naruto just sighs. Looks like I'm getting in a good workout today. Shukaku sees Naruto and begins throwing a bit of his sand at him. Like, he's reaching out almost with like a sand arm that he forms. As this happens, Naruto just charges up ki and sends it blasting around, causing the entire aura, sending it flying back. The sand is ultimately useless against him at that point in time. Then he disappears from Shukaku's vision. Then he reappears, slicing at the bottom of his leg. But as he does this, it just reforms and regenerates immediately. This isn't right. I don't know what's going on here. But I won't lose. He has a sudden flush of memories of everything Amelia's done and all the good times. I can't let anything happen to her. He begins channeling all of his power. He begins asking, I know you're in there. We may not be on the best of terms, but I beg you, please give me some of your power. This is, of course, the Nine Tails. Now you might be asking, and you might be wondering, how? How does this work? You said he doesn't have chakra and he can't use jutsus anymore. If he can't use chakra, how is he going to get the Nine Tails power? Well, that's a simple answer. His base of everything is still chakra, but it automatically converts to ki. He can't subconsciously, it subconsciously does that. He can't force it back to a previous state. So as Kurama sends chakra towards him, it automatically changes to ki. And this ki is dark. It's a darker colored ki. And it more or less surrounds his entire body. And his eyes begin to change color towards a red, a more demonic look. They're bright red, gleaming red. His fangs begin to grow a little. It morphs his body, but it doesn't morph it to an entire extent. See, his nails don't change because of the fact that it just a lot of the ki changes more towards his power around him. And as this happens, Naruto begins outputting so much power that it begins fusing with the air around it, his ki entirely. And as this happens, he uses this ability he's been developing. Now, he begins yelling, and as he begins yelling, the entire air begins to just weigh down upon Shikaku, causing the sand to begin shredding downward. He's controlling gravity. He's multiplying the gravity. It's becoming so dense that a normal human being would just be completely obliterated if it was in the area. As this distraction goes by, Naruto completely snaps his finger and it disappears. In this time that Shikaku is regenerating himself, he quickly flies upward. By flying, I mean just sprints up the sand. He sprints upward and slaps Gaara awake. This causes Shikaku to go back to his normal state, and Gaara to be on the floor. He begins telling off Gaara, telling him what stupid stuff he's complaining about. You complain about a village ostracizing you. I understand that much. I was ostracized when I was small too. But you see, I've fought, I've killed, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I had a person save me from that fate. As you have people who want to save you from that fate. As he looks towards basically Tamari and Kankuro. So why don't you let them? Why don't you let them save you? Stop being naive. You're not alone. You're making yourself alone. After this, he just walks away. As he walks away, he hears Tamari whisper, "Thank you." That's going to change Gaara's persona. He's going to end up basically being like the Talk no Jutsu that Naruto did in canon. Naruto basically saved the day. Everyone recognizes that. And as he gets back to the village, he's completely surrounded by cheers. Man, you should stay here. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Man, we apologize so much for calling you Demon's Brat as a kid. We never knew that you were truly different. It's okay. It's okay. I don't hold you guys responsible for that at all. But then suddenly he goes silent as Naruto's tackled to the floor. And it's by a crying girl. This is, of course, Amelia. You stupid. You stupid. I didn't want you to go. And what do? You go and knock me out and leave? What if you died? But I didn't. But what if you did? It's okay, as he lifts her chin up and stares at her. It's okay. You don't have to worry. I promised I wouldn't let anything happen to you. But what if something happened to you? Nothing did, so you don't have to worry. I'm strong enough to protect us both. He wipes away her tears. This more or less is like a romance scene, kind of. There's no kiss, though. Sorry if you guys were expecting something like that. Not yet. Haha. No. Basically, how it's going to go down is everyone's just watching, and they're like, oh, wow, that's romantic. Wow, wowzers. After this point, the third Hokage requests to see them both. Thank you guys for your help. And if you want a spot, Naruto, you are more than welcome to come back to this village. No, thank you. That does not interest me whatsoever. I would prefer to stay with Amelia. Amelia just blushes. I understand, Third Hokage says. But before you leave, I would like you to meet someone. And maybe you could help him out a little bit. Naruto ponders this. Well, sure, might as well. If that's okay with you, of course, Amelia. That's no problem. We're in no rush. The door opens, and Jiraiya steps in. Well, hello, if it isn't my godson. That's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please turn on post notifications, subscribe, and make sure to like the video. If you guys want another part, anytime soon. If you guys get this above 200 likes in the next 24 hours, I will post part 4 tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching again.